Good evening. It's September 9th, 2022, and we're here at Fitzpatrick Stadium for tonight's exciting football action between Levitt and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine bringing you all home games this year. And tonight we're fortunate to be joined by our friend Mike Hoffer from the Forecast of the Press Herald, Channel 8, just about everything. So Mike, first week, Portland wins 21-14, and they really had to pull it out. The problem is Sam Esposito, who has worked so hard to get to be the starting quarterback, breaks his collarbone, and Louis Thurston steps in.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a mixed bag for the Bulldogs to start. You hate to see a kid get hurt, especially someone who's waited so long for an opportunity, and he looked like he was really going to be terrific. You know, a touchdown pass on the first drive. Coach McLeod talked about what a great grasp of the offense he had, but it's the next man up. It's the football mentality, and I think the Bulldogs showed a lot of heart and a lot of character by pulling that game out last week. They blew a 13-0 lead. They got the go-ahead score, and then they forced a turnover at the end. So now you got to move forward with what you have. The schedule does not get any easier. You got Bonnie Eagle and Oxford Hills after this game. They got to keep plugging away, and they have a lot of weapons still. And this is a program that has a lot of pride, had a lot of success last year, and they're going to keep plugging away. But it's not going to be easy tonight against the Levitt team. Levitt and Portland have never played, but Levitt has come down here many times. They've had a lot of success on this stadium raising gold balls. So this should be a lot of fun tonight, I think.
So Coach McLeod had talked about how they wanted to front load hard games, and they sure have them in Levitt. Dave, Levitt won their first game in a blowout, I think maybe 50-0 over York. You look down on the field, they have more players, they have a lot of depth and size.
Yes, this team starts with Noah Carpenter. He is their man. He is their quarterback, he's their kicker, he's their linebacker, he's their do-it-all guy, and he really is one of the best players in the state. On offense, they're big, they're strong, they have lots of different formations, they're not afraid to be aggressive, they always go for 2 points. They don't kick, they just go for it. On defense, they swarm to the ball. They have a lot of linebackers with speed. They have a lot of defensive backs that'll come down crashing for the run, and they're swarming, and they're a very, very strong team.
So last year, both teams were undefeated going into their conference championships. Levitt lost to Cape Elizabeth, and Portland lost to Marshwood, I believe. But nevertheless, it promises to be an exciting season, and we're going to bring it to you here on WPPS TV3. So here we go. For the first time this year, the Portland Bulldogs are going to either go through the banner or over it or something. Let's see. They've got a minute to report to the field here. All buzz, no sting. Of course, Levitt is known as the Hornets, so that is the reference to them. And here come the 2022 Portland Football Bulldogs. We'll bring you the kickoff in a moment. So the captains will come out to midfield. You know, again, we talk about the depth of the Hornets, and they only have 4 out there. But the fact is that they list about 8 or 9 captains on their roster. They have a lot of experience and a lot of depth, going all the way up to 99 for their players. Portland also has captains out on the field right now. Sam Esposito is out there. He's injured and not playing. Kennedy Charles, Andrew Brewer, and number 52, Gavin Bennett tonight.
Yeah, Gavin is your do-it-all defender. He's going to have to play big to kind of keep this Levitt offense under wraps.
Portland is also missing tonight their two-way starter, Brody Viola, who had an injury. He's going to be gone for a week or 2. He was also the long snapper.
Yeah, he was a long snapper, a tight end, a defensive end. So that's going to be a big loss for the Bulldogs tonight.
Had a chance to talk to Coach, and he talked about wanting to improve in all aspects of the game this week and executing assignments. He felt they missed too many last week and had some key missing blocks and defensive holes, but they're going to work on it and never panic and just keep getting better.
Yeah, it's all about playing smart for them. If they play within themselves and they play smart, they don't make those mental errors, they should be okay against this tough team. It's when you start making mistakes and missing assignments and playing the wrong defenses, or not everybody's playing the same, that's when you can get into some trouble and somebody's going to run free.
Not sure who number 60 is on the field. He's not on the field, rather, but on the sidelines, also not suited up, but that could be the injured tight end. In any event, Portland is going to kick off from their 40. And back deep is Mason Henderson. And also Dayton Calder. And kicking off for Portland is number 10, Miles Hang. And it's taken at about the 13. Nice little run back. Brings it back to about the 38-yard line.
It was a short kick, but Portland got down there and covered pretty quickly, so they minimized the return. I think they're going to want to try to kick it away from them, hopefully get a good bounce, and maybe do something with a ball on the ground or something later.
So here we go, 1st and 10 Levitt, under center. Actually in the gun. Handoff, a swarming Portland D, but still on his feet.
Yeah, that offensive line really just took it to the defensive line and pushed, and your running back just stayed right in behind them the whole time and just rolled the wave for a nice 7-yard gain.
It's going to be 2nd and 3. So Carpenter starts out in the gun here. And one in motion short. My goodness, I missed the tackle.
That's 3 missed tackles, 4 missed tackles, and still running hard.
And we have a flag on the play. Is that Will Keach? Number 31 is Will Keach.
He made 4 Portland defenders just miss completely, and that's a lot. That's a big run, but they're walking it back. It looks like it's going to be a hold or a block in the back at the very end of the run. So it'll still be a first down, but they at least saved 10 yards off of that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45. Play action. 5-yard completion to Brett Coburn. Brought down by Colin Kelly.
Yeah, he came out of the slot, just ran a simple slant across the middle. The pressure couldn't get there in time, and under his own defense, he was just able to catch it. But it was a good play to tackle right off the bat and not give up any more yardage.
So 2nd and 5, a handoff. Well, again, going all the way around. And that was a nice run by Calder, finally brought down.
By Remy Joe chased him down from the backside, but again on that simple end around that came off the from really the tight end slot. No one was out on the end. No one came up field enough because of the offensive line. Just blew the defenders off the ball again.
1st and 10 from the 30. And the shotgun, a little bit of pressure now. Too far and flattened, but pressure on there by Romano McElwain.
Yeah, really, Colin Kelly came off the end on that one and forced the quarterback to roll to his right and right into the pressure, and he got hit pretty good when he let it go, forcing the ball very high and long.
2nd and 10 from the 30. Ball on the close hash mark to us right here in the Peter Gribben booth. Peter Gribben on loudspeaker and Peter Gribben namesake here. We're in his booth. Absolutely impossible to bring down Dayton Calder.
Yeah, he ran, he waited, he showed nice patience coming around the outside, and no one really closed off that little 1-2 yard area by the sideline, and he just scampered down the sideline. Again, there was one player that was holding on to a jersey, but that was it. Didn't get any support.
1st and 10 from the 12, so they can make a first down before they hit the end zone. And behind, getting in there to get down Coburn for possibly a loss here.
Yeah, that was the first time that Portland actually won at the line of scrimmage. They shot the gap, got upfield very quickly, and the first player that got there didn't make the tackle, but he was there and waited for his support, and the support came quick.
And it was a 1-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 13. Charles still in the gun.
Empty backfield.
Finds a hole, picks up several.
Remy Joe came in and upended him for a short gain, forcing third and now 8. Portland can get a stop here. This would be big, but Levitt, they're probably not going to go for the field goal. They're going to, if they can get this down into 3rd or 4th and short, they're going to go for it.
And here we go. It's a very powerful line. The touchdown is scored by Will Keach, an 8-yard score.
He just came right around from the end again, and there was nobody out there to stop him. Number 7, Colin Taylor was way downfield blocking the free safety, and no one could get around the corner for that. That was just an easy walk-in run.
And as was suggested by you at the beginning of this game, Levitt will go for 2. Tough to bring him down, but they did short of the goal line as Calder did not get in. So it'll be 6-0 Levitt, and they will kick to Portland when we come back. And we are back, and deep for Portland is number 6, Regan Buck. And I think, let's see,
Kennedy Charles was back there too.
Yep. And now we'll see a kickoff here, and we'll see why Levitt. I don't know why they don't choose to kick. That is a deep kick into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. It'll be Portland ball on the 20.
He's got a foot. I don't know why they don't try to kick field goals. Maybe if they're farther, if they're deeper in the offensive territory, maybe in 20 or 30 yarders, maybe they could try that. But I think up close, they'd rather go for the 6 if they can. Let's see what the Portland offense can do to respond to that very impressive opening drive by Levitt.
Yeah, Thurston is in the gun. Well, there's a nice hole and a nice gain for 5 yards for Regan Buck.
Yeah, they're gonna stay in that compact offensive set. You really have 3 in the backfield plus a couple tight ends, and it's really an option. It's an option offense.
He's got a credit for a 6-yard gain there, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. And that time, Levitt swarms onto the line, and Charles gets, if anything, loses a yard there.
Yeah, Grady Mayo just blew up the center of that offensive line and made the play in the backfield. But fortunately, running back falls forward, you get an extra yard, and you make it 3rd and manageable.
Going to call it no gain here, or actually a 1-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 27. Charles behind one.
Battling, and he got
the marker.
What an individual effort by Kennedy Charles. He was hit 2 yards short of the line to gain and kept bouncing and driving and going, and he finally reached forward and got it. Nice play call with a direct snap right to him, so there's no delay in the handoff, and he just took it and went right up the gut.
And Noah Carpenter got credit for the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 32 now for the Dogs. Again on the ground, and a few yards.
Yeah, Buck. There was the blocking came out there and came upfield, but one defender came from the middle of the field. I think that was Jace Meggie that came from the middle of the field and just made that play all alone. You can only block so many people, and that was the one person they didn't.
2nd and 7 now from the 35. Charles
intercepted,
and it's intercepted by number 27, Braxton Rowe.
Yeah, it hit Kennedy right in the hands, and I think he was waiting. He took his eyes off it just at the last second to try to make a play upfield, and unfortunately, it bounced right off his fingertips and into a nice diving catch by the defender. But this is not a good start for Portland, giving a very tough offense the ball on a short field.
So Carpenter now has all the time in the world, really, to look for somebody open. And throws it away, though. Good pressure, nice coverage by Portland.
Yeah, there was nobody downfield. The pressure came early, so he was forced to roll out to his right. And when he does that, he's only now looking at half the field. So the defenders didn't really have to worry about the backside anymore. They only had to worry about those 2 players that were downfield, and there was nobody open.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 39. What? Oh, We have a helmet gone. It looked like a fumble, but boy, is it tough to bring down Dayton Calder.
Yeah, he's running very, very hard, and again, they're running him off the edge. They're coming around the corner off the right tackle there, and they just follow the tackle right down the field. Portland looked a little disheveled there, and I think they're going to call timeout, get their defense set.
Well, with 5:15 left here in the first quarter, the score is Levitt 6 and your Portland Bulldogs nothing. We are back after the Portland timeout.
Good defense, and that's
interception in the end zone.
Beautiful play. Hunter Temple?
Yeah, Hunter Temple.
Hunter Temple played that perfectly. He was out there on an island, one-on-one, didn't give the receiver any room, cut underneath, and just went up and took the ball away. Beautiful play for the defense. Sets them back up on the 20, and that might be the momentum that they need.
As it happened, I don't know if we caught it with the camera or not, but the Sea Dogs are playing next door to us, and the lights just went perfectly as though they were celebrating this great play by Portland. So it is going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. We have just over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. And we'll see if Big Mo has shifted. Thurston in the gun. Charles in the backfield. Yeah.
Front side pressure and backside pressure. They missed the defensive end coming in on both sides, and Charles had nowhere to run. He was just bottled up in the backfield. It was good for him to hold on to the ball and not get stripped from behind.
This is high school football, and it was just some nice sportsmanship between number 6 Keegan Buck and number 3 Dayton Calder. They get up, they hug each other after a hard hit, and that's what you like to see.
Yeah, as Mike was saying in the beginning, these teams don't really know each other, so there really isn't a rivalry here. They're out there competing hard, but there's really no bad blood between any of them.
That's right, and it's a 3-yard loss there, so it's 2nd and 13. Up the middle goes number 25, Andrew Brewer.
He looked like he had a hole for a second, got all those yards back that they lost, and then just ran into a brick wall and went down at the 20. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10.
And here we go. Thurston. Well, nice idea. Pass goes to Remy Jowani.
Yeah, quick wide receiver screen. Get it out of his hands quick. Build his confidence for later in the game. Get a completion. You got the 5 yards. Maybe Wani can break a tackle down the middle and get something out of it. They did get positive yardage, 5 yards, but now they'll have to punt. So it was a safe play.
Absolutely. And now Andrew Brewer will punt for the Dogs.
Now remember, we have a new long snapper in there. Perfect snap. Low kick, wobbling, but takes a great bounce.
My goodness.
Perfect. What a kick. All the way down to the 26. That's 53 yards, Steve, with the roll. That's the way to change field position right there.
So Levitt will start deep in their own territory on the 25, 1st and 10. Carpenter in the gun, hands off to who else but Dayton Calder.
That was the same play they've been running all game. That time Portland came up and set the edge better, forced the run back into the middle where there's help, and you gang tackle them.
Scoreboard's not going to help us here. It's not 2nd and 27, but it is 2nd and 7. And it looks like the handoff went to Maddox Demers.
Yeah, that's a different play for Leavitt. They just tried the simple 21 run right up the gut, and it just wasn't there. They were hoping that maybe that big offensive line could do some work, but again, the Portland defense is starting to look a little bit more stout.
So 1 yard there, 3rd and 6 rather, from the 31. Carpenter's back to throw. He's going to keep it. And he's going to get the first down and more. He's finally brought down by Andrew Brewer.
Yeah, they left a spy on him that time. They did leave it a linebacker to on the spy. When he started to run, linebacker came up and then got chipped just a little bit by one of the linemen, and that left a big hole for the quarterback to take off and run. And he's an athletic kid, so once he starts moving, it's going to be tough to stop him.
1st and 10 from the 44. The handoff once again. And oh my gosh, still on his feet. A 14-yard gain for Demers.
Yeah, Remy Giovanni had him at the line of scrimmage, went right after his legs, but couldn't wrap up enough, and running Demers just spun out of it and kept on trucking downfield.
Within the last minute of play here in the first quarter, the score is 6-0, Leavitt, and they're sack and thrown out of bounds. I don't know if that's going to be considered a forward incomplete pass or not.
It depends if his knee was down first. That's the only thing. He did get it beyond the line of scrimmage. He was outside the tackle box, so shouldn't be a penalty. But there is another penalty on the field. There's a hold on the field on Levitt anyway, so that's going to back them up 10 yards. Or
5.
Illegal man downfield, maybe. I couldn't see the. That might be it. That was a long play, and once the quarterback rolls out like that and thinks he's going to run, the offensive line is just taught to go find somebody and hit him, and he ended up throwing the ball, so that's probably what it was.
And it's 1st and 15 now, so they have a fresh set of downs, of course, still. The ball's on the 48. Trying to get outside. Oh, my goodness, but Portland finally getting there on the outside and bringing down Will Keach.
We've been calling his name all game, and that's Remy Giovanni again. Didn't make the tackle, but hit the running back hard, slowed him up, waited for the cavalry to get there, and that time the cavalry arrived.
We spoke with Henry Gio and Seth before the game, our station manager. They're covering the Deering game. I think he said they're at Messalonsky, but Remy Giovanni could have been there with them. He's with Portland now, Dave.
Yes, he's a very, very good player for Portland.
And we'll see how that bodes for the basketball season as well, as we will bring you Portland High School basketball with Frank Myatt. A little early to say that since we're only in the first home game of the football season, and it's still beautiful outside.
Oh, the weather is perfect. It was a little warmer earlier, but now it's cooled off nicely. The players appreciate a warm weather, but not too hot, and right now I think they'll be okay. You see them going for water now, but they're not desperate for it, which is really nice for the kids. So Levitt didn't like something. They ended up taking a timeout. They're going to regroup here after a penalty and then a negative play. So this is where Portland wants to be. 2nd and very long.
And
yeah, see, that was right up the middle. He had plenty of time. Seam pass right up the middle to Coburn. That's a pickup of about 15 yards on 2nd and 17, forcing 3rd and short going into the second quarter.
so at the end of the first quarter, We have Levitt 6 and the Portland Bulldogs nothing. We'll bring you second quarter action in a moment. 35, one in motion. And just spiking it down.
That should be grounding. There was nobody in the area. And it is. There's the flag. There's intentional grounding. So that's a big play. That forces the ball back. It's now going to be 4th and 8, 4th and 9-ish. So that should make the decision a little bit different here. Pressure came from all sides. They did send the blitz that time, and coverage held up downfield. They looked to pull it down a little bit and try to run. Carpenter had nowhere to go, jumped up in the air, and then threw it down about 5 yards downfield, but nobody was around.
It's like he was spiking a volleyball.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll get the official word here. There's a conference on the field from the far side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the discussion is. There was nobody in the area. The receiver on that side was running a go route all the way downfield. He was down around the 20-yard line, so he was at least 15 yards away from when the ball landed.
I have to say, I've never really seen a discussion about a call like this in high school football.
This is a little strange. They made the ruling on the field very quickly. The referees were ready to move the ball, but never did. Now they will.
Intentional grounding.
Loss of down, so it's 4th down. They're going to place it where he. Oh, it's a 15. It's a 10-yard loss from the line of scrimmage. Oh no, they're marking him back 5 yards from where he threw it. I think that was the discussion of where to place the ball. So now it's going to be 4th and 14, and they are going to punt. Big hold for Portland. Looking to run.
Oh my gosh. He's going to punt it out of the end zone.
Oh, they rolled the punter out, and to the right sideline, nobody was able to get downfield, which was very good defense, and then he just booted it 50 yards in the air.
So for a team that doesn't kick, their special teams have been pretty special.
Wow, that was amazing. That was 50 yards in the air, right down the middle of the field, and they actually had a gunner down there who was trying to down it inside the 5. It just took a bounce the wrong way for him. Beautiful punt.
So now it'll be Portland ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
So after that first series by Portland defense where they pretty much got run over, they've come up with 2 very nice defensive stands. One was the interception in the end zone, and one now to force a punt.
So once again, the runner is swarmed by several Hornets.
Yeah, it's another hole that was there for a second, but as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, they're fast and they like to swarm to the ball. So those big fast players are just going to try to get there, and the first one might not make the tackle, but the second and the third certainly will.
Regan Buck got that yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 now. And a great play by Colton Taylor to get back there behind the line. We have a flag.
Yeah, it was again a small pickup of a couple yards, but a flag there usually indicates holding on the offense.
And they're going to walk it back.
So instead of a couple yard gain, that holding call will bring the ball back, and now you're looking at 2nd and 20, and I don't know if this offense is really built for 2nd and 20 type of plays. Maybe if you can get 6 or 7 on this one, you can bring it to 3rd and something that you can do with, but you don't want to try to get all 20 yards in this play.
It's very dangerous with this Leavitt team to do that. Well, it looks like a false start on the part of the Dogs.
Yeah,
so.
they're marching themselves backwards, and these are the plays that Coach McLeod was talking about. Don't make mistakes, and simple mistakes that are going to cost your team. And right there, pre-snap penalties are big because all you had to do was stay still. So now you're looking at 2nd and 25, backed up against your end zone with a swarming type of defense that Leavitt has. You're going to want to be very, very careful, especially with a quarterback who's now only thrown 9 passes in his high school career.
He had a middle school career cut short by COVID.
Direct snap. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Kennedy
Leavitt.
Charles just got stripped up the middle, and it bounced forward, and unfortunately it took a bounce downfield, and no one from Portland was there.
But Brett Coburn was for Leavitt, and now they're going to have the ball at what looks to be about the 15 or 16 yard line. Very good field position, 1st and 10.
Yeah, another mistake, or I couldn't see who stripped the ball out there. When you're running up the middle like that, you have to have 2 hands on it, or else someone's going to try to strip that out.
My goodness.
Again, hit, and then pushes forward for another 3 or 4 yards. Dylan Colbert is just running through and over people, and he's not all that big of a guy. He's a little shorter than everybody else, but boy, does he run hard.
Low center of gravity, but very, very hard to bring down. He had 3 or 4 people on him several times and just comes through. So anyway, it's 2nd and 4. Ball's on the 10.
It's that same motion again, but this time the Carpenter keeps it, bounces off a couple people, and he's in easy. They faked the handoff on the motion move, and he just went the other way. Portland overcommitted and just couldn't wrap him up.
So they're going to go for 2 and see if they can make it look like a 2-touchdown with extra point lead. Carpenter's in the gun. He gets the ball, and yeah, it's going to be an easy 2 for Maddox Demers.
Yeah, one rusher up the middle, couldn't quite get there, made the jump cut to the corner and ran in untouched. So again, the Portland defense tried to hold on, but I mean that fumble I think took some of the momentum out of them, and now they're playing from way behind.
So here we go, Leavitt to kick off. And
onside.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And I think they might have had it.
It looks like it's going to be Leavitt ball, but we'll see. And Leavitt recovers the onside kick. A really, really intelligent game here tonight. Lots of surprises for Turner. Coach Hathaway really just showing some creativity here tonight.
Yeah, Portland just fell asleep on it again. They were expecting the long kick. It rolled to the side, and there was only 1 person there for Portland and 3 for the Hornets, and they just overpowered it and got the ball, setting them up perfectly at midfield.
Well, as Mike Hoffer said, they may not have faced each other, but Turner's had some great successes here. The Levitt High School.
Wow.
Nice 9-yard completion.
That was a beautiful pass.
Dave, I'm not.
That was Aiden McGowan was all over the receiver there, and I thought he would at least knock the ball down, if not pick it, and just bigger hands got to it first and made the play, setting up 2nd and 1.
Keeper for Carpenter. Keeps going, brings 5 Bulldogs with him. Several in on the tackle, but my goodness.
Yeah, they have to tackle him low. He's a big, strong kid, and he hit and kept on going, and you can't tackle somebody like that high, wrap up around the thighs, and you keep his legs together, he can't run anymore.
We have a flag on the field, though, so the ball's coming back.
Right now, that seems to be the Bulldogs' best player right now is that flag on defense. They had a couple nice plays where they forced the punt and they got an interception, but the last drive and this one have just looked very, very good.
It's going to be 2nd and 12 now.
Short gain up the middle.
Dave, I was going to say I'm not even pretending to keep any sort of running stats here tonight. So I've been spoiled doing some college games that where everything is just for you on the iPad, and I don't have the best ciphering, as Jeff would say. I don't have the best math skills, so. But I do know that it's 3rd and 9 from the 43. And this is a good opportunity here for Portland to try to hold.
Straight pass.
And time, all the time in the world, but now some pressure.
Good defense again. Nobody is open downfield. The pressure was put on by number 7. Oh, you're going to make me say his last name, huh?
Let's see.
Isaac Akafaji. He came in. He played that perfectly. He's a bigger nose tackle type of kid, so he's not going to be able to run with Carpenter. But what he did was he kept his feet. He kept slowly moving upfield, forcing Carpenter to roll and roll and roll. And finally, when he got to the sideline, there was nobody open. There wasn't a flag on the play for a legal man downfield. That's going to be declined, setting up 4th and 9. You don't want to give this Levitt offense a second chance on that.
Right. Although it looks, they're going to do. Let's see. The ball.
It's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to tell because Carpenter is their quarterback and their punter. So who knows? Portland's going to have to stay on their toes. You saw the onside kick.
And
they're going to pass. He's open.
That is a sick play. Sawyer Hathaway downfield. And Dave, you called it.
Yeah, Harry Rubin was defending, but unfortunately he's left on an island out there with no support, and saw the quarterback roll for a second. That gave the receiver just enough time to take off downfield, and that was the step he needed over the top. They're aggressive. That same handoff out of the end again, and nobody comes up on the edge. The offensive line is just blowing this defensive line off the ball, and that's going to set it. That makes it now a 20-0 game. And again, Levitt will go for 2. So the defense stood up, and then on a 4th down pass was a big gainer downfield, and then a simple walk-in touchdown. They've run that play to the left and to the right multiple times with a lot of success.
Keach once again. This time he's going to be... he threw it inside, but he's going to be stopped based on the pressure by Rubin. It makes you wonder or wish that maybe Portland hadn't had the all buzz no sting banner.
Yeah, this team is not all buzz no sting. They have a lot of sting. This offense is just running behind that big offensive line, and really once the running back's a couple yards downfield with a head of steam, it's hard to tackle these guys, and they're all running hard. They're all running fast. They want the contact, and Portland is just not prepared for it. I think they're just getting out-muscled at this point.
Well, there's 7:10 left here in the first half. 3 touchdowns scored by Levitt. 2 by Keach. 1 by Carpenter. All on the ground.
So the Dogs have to be ready for this onside kick. They're still a couple yards behind that 10-yard marker, which would be the 50. Now they're going to kick deep.
And they're going to let it go through the end zone. Carpenter's got a boot on him.
Yes, he does.
So 20-0 will bring you the last 7 minutes of the first half momentarily. Okay, here we go. Portland ball. 1st and 10. Thurston in the gun. Looks to the right. Well, he gets about 5 yards
Good
out of it.
Strong pass
To Remy Joe.
That was I saw them working on that pass in
practice.
In practice, they were running the 5-yard stop, and quarterback gets it out quick. That actually looked better than when they were running it in practice. The timing was perfect. He came out of his break. The ball was already in the air. Caught it, made a move, came upfield, got 5-6 yards, and that's exactly how you want to play this. Short, simple plays. Get some confidence in the quarterback, get some confidence in your offense, and start moving down the field. You don't have to get 20 points in a play. You just want to get a couple yards here, a couple yards there, and keep the ball moving.
And nothing doing. Losing the yards, losing the helmet.
Yeah, Noah Carpenter came off the edge there, and no one was blocking him from the linebacker position. And he really forced the play to slow down, and there was nothing there. Loss of a couple.
That was Andrew Brewer on the carry. 3rd and 7 from the 23.
Portland did have a little success running right up the middle. Coming off guard, off tackle. Maybe they might want to start thinking about going back to that, try to muscle some yards out of this. But now we're going to put the ball back in the quarterback's hands and see what he can do.
He's in the gun. He fades back, and he gets away from one. He fumbles. And
they're going to call. I think they're going to call him down. Portland recovered anyway, but still, the pressure came in awfully quick. Not much you can expect him to do on that when so many people come in clean. So it's another 5 yards after they're calling it intentional grounding. I'm not sure that was an intentional grounding. I thought that was more of a straight fumble. But, yeah, they're going to have... Portland is now back way up into their end zone trying to get this ball out and punting. Good snap. Short kick. Receiver falls down and it bounces a little bit. But you didn't get the roll that you got last time. But it's still out to at least the 40, so you're talking a 35-yard punt. which at least gets them out of a little bit of trouble, and hopefully the defense can regroup here and get a stop. That's the second. Both punts by Portland, the receiver or the returner misjudged it. The first time it bounced in front of him and he wasn't looking like he could get it. This one just bounced almost hit him when he fell down. It was knuckling a little bit.
I'm glad the coach is going to have something to talk about at halftime about how they can improve.
Boy, Carpenter is not going down.
No.
He was 7 yards downfield before anyone got near him and touched him.
Looks like a 9-yard gain or close to it. It'll be 2nd and 1. Both of these teams, again, last year were undefeated going into their conference championship games, and both were beaten rather soundly.
Yes. Portland graduated a lot of seniors, so this is a younger team, and they were hoping that they could put something together with their sophomores and juniors. But right now, they might be rebuilding.
Well, certainly when they lose their senior quarterback, his leadership and they have him on the sideline, but they lose his leadership on the field.
Yeah, he was being groomed for 3 years for this day, and this was his time. He was going to come in. He was going to play. Last year was kind of he was that backup ready to go. He had a COVID year before that with the whole virus, so he wasn't able to play then, and he was just ready to go this year.
And the name Esposito is synonymous with Portland High School athletics, so just a very, very disappointing thing to hear. We're sure he's feeling pretty bad about it.
Yeah, it's tough especially in your senior year. It's tough for a kid to try to get over that. And he was ready. The team was ready to go play for him, but he is on the sideline. He is a team captain. He's gonna try to rally the troops as best he can, and he'll have to just play his role.
2nd and 10. No, 2nd and 3 rather. It was a 7-yard gain. Ball on the 12, I think. It's Carpenter right in the middle.
They ran that quick slant that's for 5 yards, but it's enough for a first down.
Hunter Temple in on the tackle.
Yeah, that's Sawyer Hathaway again. He's made a couple of plays that have just moved the chains. He's a nice wide receiver. They don't throw a whole lot, but when they do, it's usually to him.
And he must be related to the head coach, we would think. Michael Hathaway, possibly.
Yes, he is. He's the coach's son.
A slip
nice
and a move.
Cut back.
Yeah.
Good chase, though.
From the far side of the field, see if you can pick up who.
Remy Joe Wani again.
It is.
He is all over the field. He is playing his heart out right now. The running back that was Maddox Demers made a nice jump cut up the middle where the play was supposed to go, bounced it outside, and then it was just a foot race to the outside, and it was a beautiful tackle by Wani.
And Kennedy Charles is out there as well. So 2nd and 3 from the 3. 2nd and goal.
Keeper.
Yep.
Right
All
up the
she
middle.
wrote.
Yeah, the motion went to the left and to the right, and he just waited for everybody to chase the two motion men, and he just went right up the middle and just ran over some people to get the touchdown.
26-0 now.
As Coach was telling us before the game, Levitt does a lot off of motion. And they've been showing that there's somebody always in motion from that slot position, from the H-back position, if you want to call it that. And it's either a read option type of handoff, or it's all that motion is just confusing the defense. And when you're this big and fast, it's tough to catch you.
And they'll go for 2 once again.
There's the motion again.
And sneaking in For the 2-point conversion is Braxton Rowe.
Yeah, he came from that H-back position, came straight across the quarterback's face, took the handoff, and followed his blockers all the way to the corner.
So it's 28-0. It's pretty much been all Leavitt to now. And we are back here for the kickoff.
So with 1:55 left in the half, Portland can't turn this ball over, so they have to watch for an onside kick. They have to get the ball, get a first down, and just go into the half feeling, okay about this. They got to get on that ball. That's a live ball.
Well, and it was just a chip shot, and it was done perfectly, and Romano McElwain falls on it. Again, Leavitt doing everything right.
Yeah, that was a nice little play. Get it over that second line, and maybe one of your guys can go after it. And again, there was a little bit of confusion by Portland. They were just going to let the ball bounce around a little bit, and they've got to get on that because as soon as it's a live ball, as soon as it passes 10 yards. So Levitt has 2 timeouts if they care to use these on defense to try to get the ball back again. But Portland's got to put something together just to get a first down and get out of this half and try to regroup and try to replan it and get something going in the second half. And they're going to call timeout here to talk about it.
And so will we with 1:55 left. 28-0 is the score. Hornets in front. We are back now. 1st and 10 Dogs from their own 18. Thurston has one in motion.
Big hit.
Hard hit, yeah.
Big hit.
Regan Buck, boy, he took it hard there. And the hit, I think, was laid on him by Dayton Calder.
Yep. But he held on to the ball, stayed in bounds. The clock is still running. With 1:35 left, again, they're going to have to try to get a first down here or else Levitt's going to get the ball back, and that's not what you want to do with this kind of offense. It's a pretty quick strike offense.
4 yards on the carry.
They're going to try to take every second off the clock that they can. Another handoff. Charles runs through somebody.
Yeah, that's actually Buck again, I think.
Is it Buck?
Yeah.
Stayed in bounds, and now Levitt's going to call their timeout when it's 3rd and 5. 55 seconds to go. So Portland really has to make a play here. They have to get some sort of progress downfield and not have to punt this ball back. Levitt has one more timeout, so if you run the ball, you're going to take 10 seconds off the clock. Levitt calls timeout, you're punting with 45 seconds, and that's plenty of time for this offense to go downfield. You saw the long pass on the fake punt. You saw a couple nice seam passes that Carpenter can throw. He's got a great arm. He's got some big wide receivers, so you don't want to give the ball back.
So we have John Misowich, one of the assistant coaches, saying that there's 1:02 left. So they've changed that just a little bit. Gives Leavitt just a little bit more time.
Another 7 seconds.
So here we go, 3rd and 5. Thurston in the shotgun as he's been all night.
Handoff.
And that looked like Charles up the middle.
Yeah, got about 2 yards. They didn't want to take a chance and put the ball in the air. They got about 2 yards, making it 4th and now 1 or 2.
It was actually Andrew Brewer, number 25, so I only saw the 2, but it was Andrew Brewer on that carry.
I would, with 55 seconds to go, Portland's got a decision here. It's fourth and a yard, 4th and a long 1 maybe. Do you go for it and try to run out the half, or do you punt it and hope your defense can hold for 50 seconds? It's an interesting question right now. You're down 28-0. Maybe you take a chance and try to get a 1-yard run. The direct snap to Charles worked before. You can get 2 yards out of that. He runs hard.
I think the problem is it is a very young team, and Portland's execution is really not there.
Yeah. And again, a new quarterback has a different cadence, has a different handoff point for the ball. It's a different rhythm. The timing is just a little bit different, so they got to learn.
So Andrew Brewer will be back to punt. Gets the line drive and the nice bounce.
Again, a short punt, but it rolls 15, 20 yards on the ground, and that helps.
He took off about a dozen seconds more on the clock. But it's 44.7 seconds left, and we'll have to see if Levitt is satisfied to go into the locker room with a 28-0 lead.
Knowing that they go for 2 every time, knowing that they went for an onside kick, knowing that they went for a fake punt, I think they're going to try to charge downfield here. Defensive backs have got to be ready. And there you go. There's the pass. Looking deep.
Oh, and a nice move right in the middle. Coming through.
Yeah, out of bounds. Yeah, that was Brett Coburn again.
Yep.
Caught the ball over the middle, picked up about 15 yards, and then just ran right to the sideline. Got the ball out of bounds, and that only took 10 seconds, and you're already on the plus side of the field.
That's right. Even less, maybe 7. But there's 37.7 left here, and it's 1st and 10 from the 46. Carpenter back again.
Okay, so that's going to be coming back for a hold down the middle.
Yeah.
And again, when they get pressure like that, they force him to roll, and he's throwing it out of bounds every time on that roll, which is great defense for them. They just have to. They're holding that pass. That's pretty good, but they're not. They're just that run game is just eating them up right now. So that's going to back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that's a big penalty, all the way back to the 41.
Half a minute left here in the first half.
Yeah. This is 1st and 24. Now they're going to take the knee. They don't want to mess around with this. So they'll just take the knee and get out of the half. After trying it a couple times, this is the smart play.
Well, Coach Hathaway impresses. The Leavitt Hornets impress here for the first half. Portland will go back in and try to regroup and put something together.
Yep.
To make this respectable, as the score will be 28-0 going into halftime. 28-0. Frankly, Dave, you've been calling a great game up here. He's been prognosticating some of the Leavitt plays. I just have to say, is there anything down in the field that you're seeing differently here?
Well, I think what we're seeing is that Leavitt felt like they should have been here last November, and they're making up for lost time. And I mean, Noah Carpenter is just having his way with the Bulldogs, be it with his legs or with his arm. Coach Hathaway with really some great play calls, the onside kick, the fake punt. Not much going wrong for the Hornets other than they have had several penalties, and I know their coach will certainly focus on that when the time comes. But Levitt's come in here and made a statement, and I think if you're Portland, you just want to find something positive in the second half. Get a good drive going. If you can get some points, that would be huge. I mean, this game is out of hand, certainly, but I think at this point, and with Portland's injury situation, they knew this was going to be tough. They know the next couple weeks are going to be tough. You just want to get some confidence going with these guys in the second half, pick up a few first downs, and like I said, if you can get in the end zone, that would be great.
Dave, all the way even to special teams, Levitt has really dominated.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, Noah Carpenter is just everything. He's their kicker, he's their punter, he's their everything. And the ball, I mean, the kickoffs are going into the end zone, so there's no chance for special teams to run it back. The punts are going down, almost down inside the 5, so there's no chance for a run back there. What I did like, there were a couple quick passes on the Portland side, those little 5-yard outs to the wide receivers, the little screen passes. Maybe a little bit more of that can get a little bit more momentum for the quarterback. This is his first start, so give him some chances, give him some opportunities, and see what you can do with it.
Folks, we're going to see if Coach McLeod's Portland team can come back and rally here in the second half. We are back. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine. And Abby Edwards on camera for us tonight. Dad Ryan is one of the assistant coaches for Portland High School. Of a touchback on the kickoff. And the Portland ball here, 1st and 10 from the 20.
So let's see what kind of modifications and changes that they made at halftime. I'm sure the coach wasn't happy with the first half performance, but he's going to make some changes, try to get this offense moving a little bit, get a couple first downs, try to move the ball down the field a little bit. If you can score some points, that would be great, but you just want some positive plays.
See Stam Trefethan on the sidelines trying to rally the troops here and get them excited. Fortunately, in the first half, Levitt had 197 total yards, Portland 11. So
yeah, they had a couple sacks that brought back the ball, brought it back a little bit. They were hitting the backfield quite a few times. Again, first down run, you're only getting a yard. That's not going to do it. They're going to have to try to do something to make a change here, and that offensive line is just getting overwhelmed by this big defensive line from Levitt.
It's 2nd and 9 for the Dogs. Thurston in the gun. And he's going to be brought down and sacked.
No time to throw again. He was looking downfield. He kept his eyes up, felt the pressure, rolled up into the pocket a little bit, and then tried to take off. But again, just too many people there and too much pressure on him. You have to, at this point, you got to look short passes, try to get the ball out of his hands quickly into your skill players, and maybe they can do something out on the edge. There's just too much speed inside from Levitt right now.
They mark it as a no gain, 3rd and 9. And just looking for some room on the outside is Regan Buck, but Levitt is ready for it. So.
Yeah, they tried going outside.
A little bit of a technical difficulty there for a moment, but it is Levitt ball, 1st and 10 from the 29. And Carpenter will be in the gun as he's been all night. He's going to keep it.
Broke a couple tackles again, and they just can't make that first tackle. He's just too big, too strong. They're tackling up high still. They got to, I think, going down low, trying to take his legs out from under him. He won't be able to run, but again, that's a nice 5-yard pickup.
And you could tell, I couldn't even see who had the ball, but you could tell by the way he was running that it was Calder.
Yeah, Calder made the run, and Chris Giles with the tackle up the middle. But again, a little bit too far downfield, and another first down. Everything is out of a different looking motion. Somebody's coming across the formation, and they either hand off or try to keep it and go the backside, or keep it and make a pass. It's a very dynamic offense. Motion again. And the motion is coming late in the cadence too. So really, you have two people, maybe even three, depending on the formation, that can go in motion. And as soon as that person goes in motion, the defense has to instantly react to it. And the problem is it gets them going one way, and sometimes the play is coming back the other way.
Well, here we go. First and, let's see what we got here. Second down. First and goal from the 6. Carpenter keeps, goes out left. We have a flag in the backfield, so probably come back with a hold. Because number 50, Colin Kelly, was brought down by, let's see, might have been Carpenter.
Yeah, Kelly made a nice play upfield, and he's been doing that quite a bit, trying to get upfield, put some pressure on, and he was just taken down on the quarterback keeper when it went outside. So this is going to back Levitt up quite a bit. Again, this is what Levitt's been doing all game. They've been kind of shooting themselves in the foot when they have big plays. So, but it hasn't seemed to have affected them that much. Maybe Portland can take advantage of this. It's second down and roughly 20. Have to get all the way down to the 7-yard line. Pass, good blitz, intercepted. Good pressure up the middle.
That's Isaac Alkafaji.
Yeah, Isaac got the interception, but Romano McQuillan made the play. He came from a safety blitz right up the middle, forced the jump throw in pressure, and a beautiful interception. Gets the momentum back, made the stop. This is what they wanted. This is how they really had a nice drive after they had the interception in the first quarter. That kind of resulted in a bad interception later, but maybe they can build off of this.
Sideline was fired up. It's 1st and 10 from the 39 now. Dogs with the ball. Thurston in the gun.
Going
Play
deep.
Action.
He's got a man. Caught.
And that is a touchdown.
Remy Joe Wani. Offense, defense, special teams, he is everywhere. Beautiful pass. That was a long pass. Hit him in stride, ran away from the defender. Touchdown. Beautiful play.
A 61-yard touchdown. The Dogs will now try to run it in for 2. Or convert for 2 in some fashion. That has got to be a confidence booster right there. Look, the fireworks. Oh, the Sea Dogs fireworks are perfectly situated for that Portland touchdown. And now they're going to try to run it in. Kennedy Charles gets it in over the goal line for the conversion. And some life for the Dogs. Abby, you did a perfect job getting the fireworks in.
Again, the momentum that they needed. It was a play action pass. Thurston looked downfield and just launched it. Trusted his receiver to run underneath it, and it was caught in stride over the defender, and was able to run away and break the tackle, run away for the touchdown. That's what you need from this team, a spark, something that can give them some energy, and the interception, and then the immediate shot play.
Remy Giovanni is such a great athlete. I mean, on the basketball court, on the football field, he did catch that over the defender, but he caught it. There was good coverage there.
It was very good coverage. He just had the step on the back on the end. Kennedy Charles with a great kick. Oh, just checked up. Couldn't quite check up at the 2. Just a yard or two too deep. That would have been a huge play if they could have bottled them up inside the 10 there. So let's see if that interception and touchdown can spark the defense into another stop.
Levitt deep in their own territory at the 20. 1st and 10. Noah Carpenter back. And watch out. Just that quick, about a 12-yard gain by Dayton Calder. The flag on the play in the backfield.
Andrew Brewer with the tackle, but way downfield, 10 yards deep. And another penalty on Levitt. So instead of a 10-yard gain, you're looking at backing them up 10 yards, and now it's 1st and 20.
Carpenter in the gun as he's been all night. Keeps it.
Signs of life from the defense. After a 5-yard gain, they were able to get a bunch of players in there and push Carpenter back and not let him break that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd tackle like he's been doing all game.
So 5-yard gain, 2nd and 15.
He's all alone in the backfield now, no back with him. Here's the motion.
Oh my goodness gracious. Number 31, Will Keach.
Yeah, Will ran hard there. He, again, on that simple halfback motion or the H-back motion, came across the formation, got it, and just followed his blockers downfield. And once he got that head of steam, he brought it all the way out to the 39-yard line. That was a huge run, a 29-yard run that really Portland couldn't give up.
Momentum on the side of the Hornets here. 1st and 10 from the 39. 28-8 is the score. 5:42 left here in the 3rd quarter. That time he reaches, for Keach does, for just a few yards or a couple yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they ran the same exact play that they just ran for the 24-yard gain to the other side this time, but this time the Dogs were ready for it.
Keeper right up the middle. Oh my goodness gracious, it's a foot race here. He's got only Ruben to beat. And it's a touchdown.
Untouched up the middle on the option play. The quarterback kept it that time and just charged up the middle and ran away from the defense. Defender had the angle. Ruben had an angle on him, but Carpenter is just too fast.
It's a 59-yard run for a touchdown. And the Hornets will go for 2. 34-8 is the score right now.
Keeper again. Bounced off a tackle.
And he's in.
They had it bottled up in the middle, but again, couldn't get your arms around him, and arm tackling will not bring Carpenter down. He is just too strong for that.
So just like that, they get it back. 36-8 is the score. We'll be back in a moment. So, Dave and I were just talking during the break. I think the Dogs will go out of the frying pan and into the fire as they play at Bonnie Eagle next week and have Oxford Hills the week after that.
Yeah, those are the two perennial powerhouses in this league, and Oxford Hills is the cream of the A squad.
On the reverse and trying to get some room and get outside, and he couldn't, was Regan Buck. Just a tremendous level of defense on the part of the Hornets there.
Yeah, everyone on the Hornets just runs fast, and you could see Regan Buck was trying to get around the outside, and you thought for a moment that he could outrun him to the corner and get around the edge, but the defense is just too fast. The special teams is just too disciplined, and just didn't let anything happen. And what could have been a nice return ended up being, really no gain.
So it's going to be Dogs ball, 1st and 10 from their own 19. Thurston hands off. And he handed off to Andrew Brewer. Stopped.
Pretty much that center of the defense did not move. They got about 4 on that. We're able to pick up some positive yardage, but they're going to have to do a little bit more, get a couple first downs here, and just try to stop the bleeding.
4:12 left here in the third quarter. 36-8 is the score. Hornets firmly in command. Thurston goes deep. And completed.
Beautiful catch. That ball was underthrown just a hair.
Once again, Remy Jowani.
He went up and out. He played basketball there. He went up high for the rebound and got the play. The defender was right there. He did have a step at the beginning. The ball was slightly underthrown, but Wani is just so big and strong that he was able to outmuscle him and picked up a nice play.
It's about a 35-yard pickup there. 1st and 10 on the 46. This time coming outside and brought down out of bounds by Calder is Regan Buck. So he's been a workhorse in this game for the Dogs.
That was a nice little run. They ran almost the same play that Levitt's been running. They moved an H-back in motion, came across the face of the quarterback, handed it off, and that time there was a little bit of running room. You saw he was patient behind his blockers. He stutter-stepped a little bit in the backfield and then was able to turn the corner, get upfield, and get a 9-yard gain out of it.
It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 37. First down, Dogs. We have a flag after the play. The 7 is jarring. That's Colton Taylor with one of the Portland players. We'll see what we have. A personal foul, though, against Portland.
So after the first down, this is going to back them up 15 yards. So that's not what Portland wanted. They had a nice pass down the sideline, got 2 nice runs to get a first down, and now it's going to back them up 15 yards and put them back at midfield.
So what happens there is the frustration probably shows, and Coach McLeod looks seeking clarification. A second down here,
it's going to be first. It'll be 1st and 10.
Oh, there we go. Just looking at the scoreboard here. Ball's on the 48.
Quick pass.
Well, we'll see.
They're going to call it a catch and a fumble. Wani caught the ball and turned upfield, so it was definitely a catch, and he got hit hard. So they are calling it a catch and a fumble. So that was a nice pass out there, but Wani was just hit and just couldn't hold on to it. And he comes out for a second. Coach is talking to him and trying to keep his spirits up on that one. That was just not his fault. He just got hit too hard as soon as he made that turn. Little pitch underneath.
Levitt really just finding every way to win tonight.
Yeah, it was again a nice pass. They got the 5-6 yards that they wanted. Hopefully get the receiver doing something in open field. But that defense is just too fast, too strong, and just made a big play to jar the ball loose, and they jumped on it.
.150 left here in the third quarter. 36-8 is the score. Turner in front. 2nd and 6. Ball at midfield. And straight up the middle, just rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, and still going is Maddox Demers.
Yeah, Harry Rubin put his hat into him and just couldn't tackle Demers. Demers just took Rubin for a ride pretty much, and the rest of the defense just couldn't get there in time.
It was a 15-yard game. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35.
Again, Portland's been getting there with the first person, but there's just not enough people around to make that to help with the tackle. And the running back is just, any running back on Levitt is right now just breaking that first tackle and continuing to run.
Carpenter
hit as he
deep.
Thrown.
Yeah,
that ball was that again. You had pressure coming up the field. That was number 33, Devin Hall, coming in off the from this linebacker spot, and hit Carpenter just as he let that ball go, which surely affected the accuracy.
So 2nd and 10 from the 35. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter, folks. Clock will start on the snap, and actually getting a couple. Braxton Rowe
Yeah, Braden Wales came up, read that well, made the tackle, tackled down around the thighs, wrapped his legs up, and he just couldn't continue to run, forcing now a 3rd and 8. This would be a nice time for that pass rush to get home again.
So 3 seconds left here. I don't think they'll get a play off. We're going to start the 4th quarter with the score. Levitt 30, Portland Bulldogs 8. Back for 4th quarter action here. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine. And just as we come back, going up the middle is Maddox Demers. Just taking, starting where they left off, really.
Yeah, that was a 3rd and 8 play. That was where the defense had to come up and make a stop, make a play, and they just ran it right up the middle. Nobody touched him. No linebackers were there. They had already come up crashing, and they missed they were blocked, and then couldn't get into position. And now we have a Portland player down.
Let's see if we can see who that is. It's Kennedy Charles, and he's a great deal of pain right now, but it could be a cramp, the way they're working on him. We'll take a break. So Kennedy Charles pretty much hopped off the field, and he's being worked on the sidelines as... Looks like we have another Portland player down, and that is, I thought it looked like number 15, but
no, that's Andrew Brewer, number 25.
25, yeah.
So they're still working on Charles on the sideline. It looks like they're rubbing that calf, so hopefully he's just got a cramp. So on back-to-back plays, 2 of your big players both hurt. Brewer will be fine. He got hit low, so he's walking off the field, but he's going to come out for a play, and then he'll be back. So it's 2nd and 8 now.
Yep, from the 9. So powerful is Carpenter, just down to the 3.
Yeah, that was Isaac Alcafani again, just holding on for dear life. And Isaac is not a small kid. He's big, he's strong, and just all he could do to hold on to Carpenter and keep him out of the end zone.
There does seem to be kind of a drive with these Hornet players. They will not be denied. And ball's on the 2 right now. And in for the touchdown will be Maddox Demers.
So that's the first straight handoff that they've run pretty much all game. He was set up in the backfield next to the quarterback out of the pistol formation, shotgun formation, and just took a straight handoff and ran straight up the middle, and pretty much ran in untouched.
Demers gets in the act. I think that's his first touchdown of the night. It's 42-8 is the score. About 92 points so far in the first 2 games scored by the Leavitt Hornets. That time they're stopped. Nice defensive effort. See if I can...
So they have stopped them 3 or 4 times on the 2-point conversion. So they're keeping points off the board that way. Unfortunately, they're not able to make a stop on some of these long drives, and it's just it's starting to get out of hand.
That was Braden Wales on the stop. Had some help there, but he was primary. So it'll just be a kickoff here now for Leavitt.
So I can say that Kennedy Charles still has his helmet on the sideline, and he's standing with the rest of the team. But it doesn't look like he's going to come in for this play. So at least that's good news that he's still standing and he has his helmet back on.
And back deep for the Dogs will be number 19, Hunter Temple, and number 6, Regan Buck. Up just a bit, Devin Hall and Romano McElwain. And one of the short backs will take it up here. That will be Devin Hall.
That was a nice play by Hall. He wasn't expecting to get it. They've been usually kicking deep and into the end zone almost. He caught it on the fly and didn't wait. He just caught it and started running upfield. Had a nice little return out of it. Got about 15, 20 yards on that and brought it out to the 42, which is great field position for this offense.
And that is where they will start, as Lewis Thurston, their quarterback, will be in the gun here. Well, there are some personnel changes here for the Dogs.
Yeah, Kennedy Charles is on the sideline, not coming back in. So they brought in Hunter Temple to replace him. Aiden McGowan is also out there now, along with Ben Saunders.
Thurston has the ball, and looking for some daylight here will be Buck.
Again, that was a nice. They're taking a page out of the Levitt playbook. They have motion come across the face of the quarterback, handoff, and he took it outside and got around the corner.
So it looks like the Portland High School soccer team is here now, and maybe they've had a good game. In any event, it's 2nd and 1 for the Dogs. Ball's on the 49 of the Hornets. First down and
nice
more.
Oh, almost got out. That was Aiden McGowan. Looked fast. Made one man miss in the backfield. Was able to cut up field and took it up for another 15 yards. That was a nice little run for him.
First and 10 from the 49. One in motion.
Buck.
Yeah, and he'll take the ball again. Brought down by Nick Morin.
Another nice run on the outside. They held the point of attack, rolled it across the face of the quarterback again, and just followed his blockers downfield. Took off up the sideline and was able to stay in bounds for quite a big run.
Well, the score may tell otherwise, but the Dogs are playing like they're still in it, and right to the very end here.
That says a lot about this team. Oh, that was it. They tried to be a little tricky there. They brought Buck across the formation to the right, faked the handoff to him, and then handed off to McGowan, who was set beside the quarterback. But the backside pursuit for Levitt, which became the front side play after the handoff, was just too big and too strong, and they just ate that play right up. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that.
8 minutes left here, folks. 42-8 is the score. Levitt in front over the Dogs. And another handoff to Buck, and another tackle by Morin.
That same play that they ran before to get the 15 yards to Buck. He ran the same play. They're running to the short side of the field, the narrow side of the field where the hash mark is closer, and they're actually turning the corner there. Usually you want those plays running to the wide side, gives the running back a little bit more room to operate, but they're coming back to the short side of the field and getting some yardage out of it.
3rd and 3 from the 16. Back to throw. Oh, goodness. Intercepted.
Yeah, he threw it. Unfortunately, he saw the defender, but didn't lead the receiver quite enough. Threw it behind and just into the defense, and it was just not a. It was a young person's pass right there. He needs to see that a little bit better. He'll learn from that mistake. He'll watch the play on the film later and understand where he made the mistake, and he'll correct that for next week. A promising drive just kind of snuffed out, but the Dogs did show signs of life.
And Levitt is pinned pretty deep inside their own territory here. They're on the 6 with 6.5 minutes left. Let's take a minute to talk about Ben Levine. What's he up to these days, Dave? Is he playing?
So Ben Levine is still at Carleton College. He's entering his senior year. First game of the year is tomorrow. They play Crown College at home, or I think it's actually an away game. They open up the season away at Crown College. He is a defensive back. They moved him from corner to nickelback, back to cornerback, but he is playing corner, so he is a depth piece right now for that team. They've got a lot of younger players on that team that are looking really good. They had a fantastic season last year, finishing the season with 8 wins and only 3 losses, which is fantastic for them, and they're looking to build on that this year.
Well, Ben, a favorite of ours, a great athlete, did anything asked of him, including playing on the line against much bigger players and playing at a very, very high level.
Yeah.
And such a great team, but, so few go on to the next level. He did. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a year. He has a heck of a time there. Really good school. His education he's getting his top notch, and he's doing the same thing for this team. He's playing out of position because they needed depth there. He would have had a little bit more play time, I think, if they had moved him into safety, but they needed depth at corner, and he's playing corner.
Of course, the Dogs had Grant Crosby last year, tremendous quarterback, and he's gone on to play now. He plays for Endicott College.
Yes, he does.
But it doesn't happen often, and especially from Maine, and especially at the football level,
right,
which is such a demanding sport.
It is, and especially up in Maine where it's really a short season. You don't have that during that winter time. You don't really have the time or the weather for the kids to practice. Indoor practice isn't quite the same, and you just don't have the number of people for that. So for any player to play at a Division III or Division II school is fantastic to come out of Maine.
First and 10 from the 17. all the way around number 1 is Mason Henderson. All night long they've been doing that. He was brought down by John Martin, number 14, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, and Colton Taylor now is in at quarterback for Levitt, so they've moved into some of their second string players, give them a chance to get some time, especially with the score so out of hand. You can let some of the kids that are sitting on the bench normally get some play time on the field.
So, 1st and 10 from the 36. Clock ticks away. 3
Short
minutes
snap
left.
on the ground. That's the second time that ball has hit the ground. So they have a new center in there.
Harry Rubin is in on that tackle. Hit the backfield. A great play there by number 58. Or is it 68? Sam Trefethen.
That's the first time we've called his name all night.
By the way, he may have been making some good plays. It could be my fault. He's a very enthusiastic player.
So 3rd and long now.
Yeah, and in motion and with the ball is number 12, Aiden Turcott. They get a chance to see some of their underclassmen play now. Just a minute 20 left here, mercifully, as the Leavitt Hornets from Turner, Maine have come down to Portland and soundly defeated the Bulldogs tonight. The score is 42-8 at the moment. Coming the other way is Henderson. And stop, the first man in is Henry Spencer, number 53. Linebacker.
It'll be a turnover on downs.
24 seconds left. I don't know if Portland will even bother.
No, the clock is running right now. It's been running, so that gets to us. That'll bring us to the end of the game.
So that is going to do it. The teams are going to line up. We'll catch them shaking hands and hopefully a nice show of sportsmanship. The officials will leave the field. 42-8 is your final score. And Dave and I will be back to wrap up in just a moment. So Dave, the Dogs lose tonight 42-8. They actually had that 61-yard touchdown pass to Remy Giovanni. There are a few things to build on.
There are a few things to build on. Obviously, quarterback situation is new for them. You have a sophomore that's playing, but he showed that he has the arm strength. He had a nice pass down the sideline that was completed. He had a couple nice out passes that were completed. He did throw the interception at the end zone, but that's something to work on. He showed his arm strength. He'll just have to build on that. Defensively, they were just too small for this team. Levitt is just a big, strong team, and they just got overpowered. A lot of times they were in positions to make the play. They had people there, but just just couldn't do it this time.
Right, and we'll see what happens in the weeks to come. We know that Coach McLeod is a really good coach. He can get his team fired up, get them ready for the next game, and we'll look forward to bringing you probably the game after that, the home game, here on WPPS TV3. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine for Mike Hoffer and Abby Edwards saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium, where tonight the Portland Bulldogs are defeated by the Leavitt Hornets 42-8. Good night.